With Chainsaw Man Part 2 seemingly coming to an end next week, I want to talk about these three devils and what their names could be, because we're probably never going to find out with the little time we have left. And I don't think they're supposed to be your run-of-the-mill bug devils like we saw in the previous pages. They all have very distinct and recognizable attributes like the scorpion, mosquito, and the caterpillar even, whereas these three have a particular focus put on them, and they are the ones to seemingly beat and eat Chainsaw Man in the end. Their designs are also much more in line with what we consider to be primal fears, you know, made up of various random body parts and being vaguely humanoid. But going from right to left, I think here we have the Predation devil, the fear of being hunted and eaten by other animals. The reason I think this is the Predation devil is because of the horns and tusks and sharp teeth, but also because of the hole in its stomach, sort of symbolizing a bottomless appetite and the ability to just keep eating. And I know it doesn't have any eyes, but it has a sort of like predator skull shape. If those horns weren't in the way, then its eyes would be, you know, forward-facing binocular vision like you see in other predators. The one in the middle is probably the hardest for me to pin down. I've seen a lot of people say that it's the blindness devil. Perhaps people are scared of having their eyes eaten or something. But if you look around its neck area, you can see some like bubbling blisters on its skin, which would be in line with one of the plagues of Egypt being incurable boils. But I think this could be the fear of sort of being burrowed into and eaten from within, because you see a hole in its face and a little drop of liquid seeping out from that hole. This isn't as much of a primal fear as the previous one, but it is a very specific and grotesque fear that a lot of people would be afraid of with the current state of bugs eating everyone. And then finally on the left, I think this is the Dismemberment devil, as shown by its very mishmash assortment of limbs on its legs, but also that sort of poncho or necklace of arms, being worn as a sort of trophy collection of all its previous victims. But with this being the devil that punches Denji, I've seen some people theorize that this could be the Nightmare Devil, and I can kind of see it. It has that sort of moon crescent shape on its head. It's not a normal horn shape. I think it's a pretty interesting theory that, you know, last chapter wasn't real and that we were sort of transported to a nightmare world of your worst fears coming true, and that could be what Denji's experiencing right now. But I don't know, it might feel like a bit of a cheap fake out to have Pochita basically erase himself and it all be inside of a dream. I think it would be much more satisfying if Denji was in fact done in by a bunch of near primal fears instead of some random bugs. But what do you think these devils could be? Let me know in the comments.